Hello YouTube, I'm back today to make some collage and it's got a specific focus and we're using a specific magazine to make it. So this magazine is Magnolia Journal. I think 2 of these are from 2023 and 2 are from 2024. I found them recently at a library where I was hosting a workshop and I had to take them home because this is one of my favorite magazines to cut up. Whenever I see one for free, I always grab it. I am even guilty of once purchasing this magazine with the sole intention of destroying it for collage. Here's why. As we look through, you will see what I mean. It is very high quality. It is very good paper quality. The ads are like the typical ads that you get in a magazine, but they have great text in this magazine, great lettering, lots of really clear, vivid photography, and just really the paper is really high quality. It's just a good collaging magazine. Have I ever actually read it for contents? No. I really haven't. I really just get it to destroy it. But anyway, it's just very beautiful pictures. And especially lettering is one thing that I love from Magnolia Journal. But today I am doing something specific. So today, and I have actually done this same thing before, but it was time to just make another one. I like to do this thing in my journals where I'm kind of like manifesting my future home. And these pictures always inspire me. I feel like most of the homes that they feature in this magazine are always very rustic and cozy and totally what I picture for my future home. You know, my fiancé and I are saving up right now. We're looking forward to the future, and sometimes just getting a bunch of pictures that inspire me and that make me think of what I would like our home to look like eventually. It's a very fun and relaxing exercise for my brain. So it's not quite a vision board, but in a way it sort of is because I am trying to manifest something with it. It's just something that's super specific. But yeah, look at these letters. The letters are so good. So right now I'm just going through and I'm looking for things that I like, things that inspire me, things that I would like my home to look like, things that remind me of what I want the environment to feel like. I daydream about it all the time. I feel like it gets closer all the time, but there's still a ways to go. So working on a journal spread like this just makes me feel like a little bit more excited and motivated. So right now I'm just flipping through all of the magazines, looking for pictures. This is not a full harvest. Obviously, I'm skipping over stuff that is completely usable, and I will go back, especially for lettering. I have been lately not collecting letters as much as I used to because I kind of got overloaded. I just have too many, but I think I need to start again. And I think I need to start doing stuff where I actually use the letters so I can start working through them a little faster. But this is definitely one of my go-tos. If I ever need lettering or even just words, it's always a good magazine for that. So yeah, we're just flipping through, looking for stuff that inspires me and makes me feel excited. Just for the record, I enjoy using this magazine for art, but I rarely read the contents, and as far as the editor, the Joanna person, I don't really know who this woman is. It seems just kind of rich people nonsense. I don't know, but it's a good magazine for art. Outside of that, try to find it for free before you buy it would be my recommendation because I don't really know this person. So now I have gone through all the magazines and picked images that I like, and now I'm actually going back to look specifically for text when it comes to these little inspiration manifestation spreads that I do. I like to include some quotes or text that kind of that bring forth the same sort of inspiration. And usually this magazine does have some good ones as far as, how to keep your, like, what energy you want to bring to your home and that kind of thing. So I'm just doing a quick flip through and picking out a couple of quotes that I think will partner up nicely. I especially liked this spread because it was all about like having people over for dinner. And that's like a big dream of mine, is just to be able to like host guests and have like parties and like have it be a cozy place for visitors. So I was really focused on that spread. But I think I've pretty much picked out everything that I like. And yeah, we'll get started with the layout in just a second. So we are back in the Everything book today. This is a square notebook from Archer and Olive. I've talked about it endlessly at this point, but I love Archer and Olive's notebooks. They are the best. This design is not available anymore, but they have tons of great ones. I am not affiliated. I don't have a link, but I will have the link to their shop in the description. So now I'm just going through and cutting up and trimming what I found, and then we'll start laying it out and seeing how it all best fits together. And I will read you those quotes. So that first longer quote that I cut out says, "Making guests feel welcome and at home is always my priority. Even if the meal or house isn't totally ready, I make sure the table is set and drinks are ready to pick up so guests can easily settle in, have a place to put their things, and have something to do. From there, I invite them to take a walk around, and I join in, slowing down, enjoying the space we've created for a shared meal." That like makes my heart sing. It's like all I want is to be able to have a space like that. So yeah, that quote really, really inspired me. And the other smaller quote that I cut out that you'll see in this spread, it just simply says, "And the hurry of the day won't be enough to catch us," which I also really loved. It's the idea that just like when you're at home, you slow down and you feel relaxed no matter what's going on. When you're at home, it's a good, peaceful feeling, and then if you're out and about, the world is busy, you're busy with things to do, but when you come home, you can just take like a deep breath and relax and prepare for whatever comes next. That's another thing that I really carry in my heart that I hope to have in my future space, in our future space. So that was a really good quote. I also loved this cup, this mug of hot chocolate. I often cut out mugs. I love when I find a picture of coffee or a picture of tea or something in a mug. I actually made art with mugs for my brother that I will put on the screen because I thought it turned out really, really cool. So I knew I really wanted this picture to be the focal point for one of the pages. Like I've been saying, I just really love the idea of having a home where guests feel welcome, being able to host people. That's like a big dream of mine. And this picture is such a like cozy dinner and all the people at the table full of food. And that's like always what I envision, is like a table full of food and drinks and everyone like having conversations and talking amongst themselves and laughing and music playing. And so that's kind of what that photo like invokes for me. So I knew I really wanted that to be the focal point. The only thing that was tricky is it's such a good picture, like all of it is such a good picture that I had a hard time covering any of it up with the other images. But in the end, I do think it worked out where I didn't cover up too much of it. And I think the message still gets across. Now, this was the perfect page for me to find when I'm making this spread that features my dreams and wishes for our future home, because one of my biggest dreams that I've had for ages is to have a whole collection, a whole cabinet full of mismatched plates mismatched mugs, mismatched glassware. I feel like I'll probably want to have like one matching set in case you ever have to be like super fancy. But beyond that, I just want to have all vintage cool plates with different patterns and different colors. And that's always been one of my biggest dreams. I've actually started collecting. I have tried to stop buying too many because I don't really want to have to travel with them, but it just, even just as inspiration, I love to look for different plates and patterns, and it's just one of my biggest dreams to have like a whole kitchen filled with different types of plates. So I knew plates had to be an element in there, and I just cut out that picture of the pie, which is like really good, and I end up not using it. So shout out to that picture of that pie. I'll use it eventually. Anyway, so now we're laying it out. So as I said, I didn't want to cover too much of that focal picture there, but I did have to cover some of it, and I feel like I used the space wisely. I'm adding that little picture of like a spiced cake with icing on it. I would love to be able to bake, to have things in the home that people can eat, and then like to be able to send people home with treats. Like, it's just one of my biggest dreams. And so I'm just kind of like laying out everything. I love this kitchen. I love the light colors and the wood, and I love the idea of always having like flowers somewhere in the home. So I wanted to include a floral somewhere. Again, I love the little hot chocolate. I love the idea of like slow mornings on the weekends with coffee and all those good things. So I just wanted this spread to really like bring me joy and inspiration when I look at it. So I added this picture on the top is just a nice cozy little kitchen. And then I think I took that picture of the bedroom and I moved it to the other side because I did really love that cozy bed image. It just looks so cozy in there. And I think cozy is one of the main words I think of when I think of our future home, is just warm, cozy, comfortable. So I'm just seeing if there's anything left from this clipping harvest that I did that I want to add. And I think I add a picture of a living room because my other dream is to have a big, beautiful, comfortable couch. I can't say it would be white like that one is, but I knew I just needed a picture of a comfy couch. This is always the fun part for me, just moving things around, adding as much as I can, getting it to a place where I really like the way that it looks. That's always my favorite. I added this picture of this lovely bathroom, and in a flash, we are going to glue this down, and that is the finished product. So as you can see, these are all just images that are bringing me so much warmth and joy, visions for our future home together, and I just cannot wait to make it a reality, and we're closer all the time. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Shout out to Magnolia magazine, and I'll see you later. Bye.